Hello, my name's Jason from Melbourne, Victoria.
Me to see people. I have no idea what I did.
I'm not really concerned.
How's it going?
With what
How you doing, Marco?
What I want to know is, why are they coming?
Watch your fingers go up. What? How? Why?
The answer is in something called the decode. Let me try and break this down for you. There are other humans with modifications like you and Miura-kun. And they're beaming out these signals calling the destroyers here. Even though they have no idea.
How do I even respond to that?
See? I knew you wouldn't believe me.
I think I might make another energy drink.
I just
head's hurting.
don't know how to imagine the scale of this. So the Sentinel's a weapon from the future? It's strange to say, but it does make sense. After all, even one of its computers was so far beyond what we knew. This other threat you said the Sentinels were meant to fight. Are you saying it's them? These destroyers?
They're a huge threat, all right.
And these people with modifications.
Oh,
like
my knee. I just
call
banged into
them
the
here?
desk. That was not pleasant.
But weren't those implants only added so we could pilot the Sentinels in the first place?
Well, I made the Sentinels, sure. But I'm not the one who modified all of you. There's too many unknowns with the Interlocutor. That's what I'm looking into.
Okay.
So this Interlocutor...
It's like a little network of tiny machines. It has to be implanted into your body.
So what do you want me to do now?
Everybody's supposed to be in class right now. You'll stick out if you're on school grounds. We can't have you wandering around where staff can see you. It'd definitely be a liability for me, at least.
Like, I would have kept playing Final Fantasy 14, but the moving from point A to point B was starting to drive me insane. It was starting to make me a little more, like, go a little bonkers. I appreciate the follow, man. The walking from, like, point A to point B was just, like, I was about to, like, cry. I know there's an auto walk. I know there's an auto walk somehow, somewhere, but I couldn't figure out how to fucking do it. So I was just like, whatever, I'm done.
Okay, now. Still no sign of him.
I think you can't auto walk when you're in the city. That might be what it is. You can only auto walk once you're out in the field.
He told me to wait until
To be R?
I can only waste time napping for so
I
long.
mean, I could try booting it up again and see. You set yours to R? Let me boot it up again and see if it works. I've been encountering issues with Final Fantasy 14 literally all fucking day. Like, all day. I tried, it was like, I forget what I was doing. I tried just doing basic, like, commands, and it just, like, threw a fucking hissy fit, and it was just like, lol, nah. Confirm key to the keywords such as F. Well, I mean, I play with controller. I play with the controller, so it doesn't really matter. If I use keyboard mouse, I immediately start thinking I'm immediately start thinking I'm working, and I start like opening up like fucking like work clients and shit. It is kind of funny. WoW player just started again in the story. Couldn't get into it the first 3 times. Yeah. See, I grew up playing WoW. It's just like Final Fantasy doesn't do it for me. I don't know what it is. You're in IT? Yeah. I do software development. I'm currently doing front-end dev for a company, for a little tiny company, a little startup. But I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know what it is about. What's it called? About Final Fantasy. It just doesn't mesh as well as WoW does. Studying FinTech in Melbourne. Majoring in software dev. Rock on. Virtual Homo just graduated. Computer science. Got a bachelor's in computer science. Automation script and flavors. Nice. Here, I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm just like, do you a solid and just time you out so you don't get in trouble for that later. Hold on. Yeah, I personally don't give a shit, but like Twitch, they like, if they see that, they're gonna fucking like rip your head off. They will like straight ban your account. But yeah, so I'm assuming you just use the proxies and all that and just like send it through proxy servers. Dude, like even talking about it now, Twitch gets pissed. They're just like, nope. And then they'll just straight ban your account permanently. It's fucking crazy. Thanks for your stream as much as little as you like. Yeah. No, it's just like Twitch is really cracking down on it. Did you know that like the viewbot sites that did exist, the reason they don't exist anymore is because they banned, like they sued the companies. Probably remove YouTube tutorial. Yeah, I would. Yeah. No, Twitch isn't fucking around. They sued the viewbot sites. The reason why the viewbot sites don't exist anymore is because they sued them. Okay, so map. Okay, R. No, there's a way to auto walk. How do you do it? Get a long journal. Okay, so if I open the journal, it should theoretically let me auto walk to the thing, right? Part is, yeah. Okay, so it's such prioritize. Over such right now, you see these Facebook groups of having issues with their 3 average viewers. Yeah. No, I completely agree. Twitch is completely oversaturated and they need to change the way they actually manage the site and the way they like algorithmically recommend people. It can't be based off viewership anymore because it's so oversaturated. Auto walk to the quest. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to make it do. Like, I know it exists in the game. I just can't fucking remember how to do it. That's clever. And pathfinding script. That's actually, so the way I got entry into the games industry is I actually did pathfinding scripts. I did pathfinding scripts and algorithms. And then I went into AI, and then I left and I went into like data science and machine learning with Google. And then I decided I wanted to be a doctor, and then I've just kind of been like bouncing around from then on. Little official studio right now. Yeah, I guess there's no auto walk, not to quest. Bummer. I'm sure if you fucking like made one that did that, like that would auto walk to quest, they'd probably ban your account. Like fucking, I don't know. Final Fantasy doesn't fuck around either. Back to the PlayStation.
Noodles stir-fried in sauce, enfolded in sweetened bread. I don't trust much in this post-war.
So you're from Melbs, eh?
But if there's one exception,
I lived in Collingwood for a little bit. With my ex, I lived in Collingwood for a little bit, and then I came back stateside because school had finally been sorted out, and then school was sorted out again and dropped out.
Maybe everyone's still in their classes. I'm trying to avoid being seen here, so I'm not supposed to go outside, but
School. Yes.
Come on, Takatoshi. You can't just let Okino tell you what to do. I can't wait any longer.
Let me see your methodology for this. I'm actually kind of curious. How'd you do this?
So basically,
You mean
but then that means the dream is.
There it is.
really?
So basically,
You mean
but then that.
It's rudimentary. Yeah, I figured it would be.
really?
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's very, very basic. I wonder when it like. I wonder when it just Twitch starts ignoring the request then.
Really?
So basically,
I guess Twitch wouldn't be able to ignore it, but yeah.
Really?
Shit. What's the fucking function I'm thinking of? You can make it where a GUI would pop up and it would replace your Twitch URL with everything in it. But like honestly, I'm not gonna like talk about this too much while I'm live, just because like I don't need Twitch being like LOL. Get fucked. Okay. Are they just gonna do a eavesdrop?
They should be to focus on their studies.
Around 20?
Kind of
Yeah, I'd imagine.
he has no place here.
Um,
Really?
I had a couple students at the university right by me that used to watch me and stuff, but because they're all on the student internet, it would come back as the same IP address, and I would notice like eventually it would just like stop counting their views.
Really?
so basically,
You mean
But they're not saying anything. Okay.
really?
Almost like less devious, mass man is better of that. It's for mobile development. I mean, Java's worth knowing. Like it's worth knowing, but like it's not really super useful for anything unless you want to make websites. So like if you want to do front end dev for people, so if you want to like help people like with websites and do UI UX, Java's worth knowing. But as far as like in-depth development, not really. I mean, you can make Android apps with it. Like that's how I got started initially, was like I learned how to make Android apps and stuff using Java. But is that JavaScript? Well, yeah, you can use both JavaScript and Java. And it's like it's worth knowing, but honestly, what language you'd recommend? Master C, C and all its variants. Master C and all its variants, and then I would recommend doing Python, just because Python is so there's so much utility in it. Yeah, C++, C#. Yeah, and then like obviously Golang is a variant of C. Yeah, so like if you master C and all its different variants, you can do anything. If you really want to get wild, you can do assembly, and do some like more like rudimentary like embedded system kind of stuff. But there's another one that's coming out. I can't remember. I was just looking at it. It's like Sprocket or something like that. It still runs through an interpreter, but it's meant to replace the like you can accidentally break your embedded system instead of using assembly for everything. It honestly depends on what you want to do. Like if you want to do front-end dev, I would say learn CSS and HTML5. If you want to do more back-end stuff, then learn Python and C. It really just depends on what you want to do, like career-wise. Like if you want to do UI UX, you learn Java and CSS. If you want to do like data and algorithms, learn Python and R.
It's not like that. It super is, though. You think... Did you see him? That boy was so cool. Was he? Does he even go to our school? Oh, please.
Like, I'm planning on fully transitioning into routing and switching and doing database management, and I don't really use like a lot of programming at that point. Like, there are certain things I have to learn how to do because of like automation and stuff, but for the most part, I just need to know how to do data fixes, and that's all about like,
I should look somewhere else for okay.
that's all more about like understanding software and the complexities of software rather than like actual like coding a program. So it really, there's so many different places you can go with IT. You can either go into making the programs themselves, or you can go into just like, you know, being the monkey that plugs things in. There's so many different things you can do, and it really just depends on where you want to focus your like your energy. Bootstrapping new queries? No. That should be built into HTML, isn't it? Max width property. Yeah. So no, it's this. It's in CSS. It's the max width property. If you use the max width, max height for CSS, it should automatically fit into the container. You have to stack. I don't know. I honestly haven't used CSS and HTML in so fucking long. Basically, the only thing I've done lately is Python. Because I do machine learning now. Like, primarily what I've been doing lately is machine learning, and so it's just like I'm doing some front end stuff right now, but that's mostly to be honest, I wouldn't even say it's front end. It's more back end, because it's like to make their data go into where they want it to go. Basically, I've been bug fixing their data organization. So like the user input, and then it sends over to like their database. Honestly, I say it's front end, but it's more back end than like in reality. I have a headache. HTML is a pain in the ass? Oh no, it totally is. No, I completely agree. Backend is prestigious? Not really. It's... I will put it best. Like, honestly, Will put it best. Will said that, the difference between front end and back end is a front end engineer says, why is this program not working? This is stupid. They need to update it. Whereas a back end engineer will say, okay, well, I coded this incorrectly. Where did I fuck up? And that's ultimately the difference about front end and back end. Front end, you're mostly working with different programs, and you're kind of at the service of those programs, and you need to figure out how to make stuff work within that confine. Whereas back end, it's just like you tell the computer what to do. In back end, it's less about figuring out how to make things work within like the confines that you're given. It's more about like you make the computer your bitch.
Said you'd be waiting here around now. Even stuffed a letter in my shoe locker, right?
Yes.
Shit, she's cute. Okay, so, what's this about?
What?
I appreciate the sub, man.
Girl, that's a booty hole. Not a hole, Keisha.
I
A valve.
like you.
Oh my god. It's blushing.
Seriously?
So this game has an autoplay thing, but it's not auto playing. Auto advance. Yeah, oh, it's off. Okay, what the fuck? Oh, you R2. Okay, I just turned it off, that's why.
You? Me?
I couldn't figure out why I had to keep pushing X. It was driving me insane. It's because I had turned it off.
Shit was starting to get to me. Maybe I'm kind of a stud after all.
What? No! Kiriko-san. That rat bastard. You don't go for another fella's
Well, it's
girl.
more of a chore than a pleasure. Yeah, right. Yourself more than anything. Fair enough.
What's your problem?
I've been running into that issue quite a lot lately,
Hold on. Oh, jeez.
where I'm just like, eh.
Did I just...
It's like, you want to do something and you want to get through certain games sometimes, but it's just fucking like, it becomes a chore.
Hijiyama-kun?
This is... I mean...
Don't tell me. You were jealous.
Of course not.
So, them, I think he identifies as a guy. He's non-binary. He's non-binary, and I don't, like...
I'm sorry for hitting him.
But he's currently masquerading as the daughter of some dude.
My business.
Where's this coming from?
Less is more, in your opinion?
You
Yeah,
think I like
fair enough.
him just because he's a guy? Actually, you couldn't have picked a better time. This works. Nenji Ogata secured, despite complications. Now, help me get him into the old school building.
Oh, that's how they caught the guy. Okay, so they eventually strap him into a chair and put him in this like weird program thing, and I couldn't figure out how they got him. This is how they did it.
False.
Yeah, how it was in the 90s where you had like one game and you would just like completionist that game.
Even knocked out, he's still blushing.
We have like what, it's fucking like 7 to 10 game releases a month now. And they're all super intricate and complex.
So he's
Like, I love it. We have so much variety to choose from now, but it's just like,
He's going to destroy the world?
He's sending signals to the things that will.
everything just kind of turns into a chore because so many games are just so much of it's the same.
Something's off. Nenji Ogata here is not transmitting any kind of command signal. Looks like the decode signature has been changed. That's bad. Now I'm gonna have to check everyone's individual codes. More work I don't need.
Don't we have the Sentinels? You said you created them to save us all.
That's right. But we've already thrown 19 Sentinels at them and lost. We need a bigger game changer than 1 or 2 Sentinels. That alone's not gonna make a difference. You did your homework on the Pacific War. You get it, right? When you're up against numbers like these, what can you do? The Sentinels are meant to be a last line of defense.
Oh my god, there's a competition for $30,000. What the fuck? Wait, what? There's another one for $100,000. Oh my god, I thought these were only like $1,000 each. I didn't realize they got this big. Holy shit. Okay, what? Maybe I'll actually do one of these. Bro, what? American Express default prediction. Dog. Okay, what? Here, so what I'm looking at is these. So if you have any interest in machine learning, this company does, this is 100,000 US dollars, by the way. This website hosts competitions. So what you do is you know, obviously take the data set and you do whatever the fuck you're gonna do with it, whatever the goal is. And then the people who do it, I don't know if it's like a judgment thing or if it's just a random selection. Anyone who submits work that actually solves the task then gets put into a hat, and then it's just random selection. Or if it's like whoever solves it the most effectively. Like, I'm not exactly sure how the competitions work, but here's a link. Yeah, of course. I didn't realize the payment on those got that big. Like at that point, like if you do like a team of 5 people and you bust out like 3 of those a month and you potentially win one of them, that's a shit ton of money. 1 second, the planning one time. Fair enough. Should have done by Wednesday. Woo! College assignments.
There.
I do not miss that shit.
But I can't access it from this side. He might be the only one who can. So, where does that leave us?
Will's getting their masters. I might get mine. Maybe.
Morning, Hijiyama-kun.
Wait, what? Why did they put me in the thingo?
Okino, what's going on?
This is the position the other guy was in.
He didn't have anything for me. But I took a look at your code. And I have to say, it's been very thought-provoking.
Untie me this instant, or I swear, I'll...
It needs a quantum. Yeah, no, yeah, it needs a. I was like, I assumed. I just assumed you were using like something at the university. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know you had that kind of resources, but all right.
This isn't all that different from the old days in the factory lab.
You said you were at uni, so I was like, okay, cool.
Quality time, right?
There's a cash prize. Is there? Okay.
Even if that's partially true, things are different now. Untie me before I really get angry.
Well, that's weird.
I'm gonna have caffeine. I'll be right back. It's going well enough.
You sound like you're mad, but
Yes, I'm smart. That's part of the problem.
you're actually kind of enjoying this, aren't you? Being
There is a mathematical theorem I have for like dimensionality
You're such a
and projection down into like with the 4D space that we actually perceive. But it would need a quantum computer to actually calculate the algorithm. So, or not the algorithm, but the equation. So I'm just like, eh. So I've never actually bothered writing it out.
Stop toying with me.
Well, why don't we see what's really
Fourth being time, yeah. Fourth being time.
What the?
Whoa, you really can't stop thinking about me, huh?
Don't be ridiculous.
I get it. You're lying to yourself. All to protect your self-image, right? But you can hide all you want. Your physical data gives it away.
Don't lie to me.
Fine. Why don't we take a deeper look?
Stop.
Wow, this really says it all.
Stop it. Stop, please.
Okay, that got a little dark. Imagine someone just like probing into your brain. Man values his privacy, apparently.
All right. feels like I've woken up from a terrible dream. And it looks like he's left me behind again. When does he even sleep? Noodles stir-fried? I don't, but if there's one the more I find out, the more dangerous he seems. Forcing his way into someone's head and messing around? He's unhinged.
To get some more high fantasy. It's no, it's just it's a common. It's just a common high fantasy trope. If you look like historically, why is this fucking up again? If you look historically, the concept of like a divine light or like anything like that has been all throughout history. The Masons just co-opted it in order to make this community. So like those Masonic references and stuff, those predate the Mason, like the Freemasons and all that. Like it's, yeah. So it's not so much that it's directly referencing those. It's just that those have been things for eons, like before they co-opted it and tried to turn it into something that they could exploit. I've had too much sugar in the past couple days, so I have a fucking migraine. So Jeff Kaplan isn't a Mason after all. No, unfortunately he's not. Former WoW dev. Yeah, I'm familiar with who he is.
Okay, now.
There you go.
My friend met him in and out. It was a burger place. It may have been The Habit. One of those like fast food burger places, but like one of the ones that isn't just like McDonald's. I was just like, cool, bro.
I see you made a friend.
The guy's a super nerd. Have fun with
It's a
that.
stray cat, that's all. I just gave it a little food. Now it shows up here all the time, so I ended up bringing food for it every day.
I used to have a cat,
I suppose I can relate. You used
but then I got really hungry and made chow mein.
us.
What? You don't like me taking care of you?
I didn't ask you to do that.
Well,
I'd better get going.
allegedly.
Going where?
Can't remember the last time I had a WoW subscription.
You sticking around until Shintaro's done eating? Mind tossing the empty can for me?
Shintaro.
When was the last time I...
That's his name, yeah. I'm counting on you.
2016? I think 2016 was the last time. That raid in 1 week, allegedly. Really? Okay, interesting. But I guess it doesn't really take much to develop a raid, so I believe it.
Oh. There's something under the can.
It's pussy juice. Hold on, I'm getting blown up. You don't check your phone for like an hour and then you fucking like come back to it and there's like fucking 20,000 messages about stupid ass shit. What is this? It's a TikTok. Someone washed the cow. That's funny. That is very funny, actually.
Looks like 150 yen. Okay, no.
Nah.
Are you still trying to look after me?
No, I don't get much into sports, to be honest. Why? Do I look familiar?
Isn't she my yakisoba-pun angel?
13 Sentinels. Dude, this guy in this fucking Yakisoba, I kind of well thing, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I suppose. Well,
She doesn't recognize me. Then again, I was a mess when she saw me last. Wait, if she's a student here, then
Melbs has a cool little hipster district. Like Collingwood was like the home of flat whites and like
yakisoba-pun.
indie music. There's the Women's Health Clinic, which is like world famous for like cancer research or some shit.
Which one's your type?
Brunswick, yeah.
You're making me choose. Ponytail girl, maybe?
Yeah? I'm all about that one with the long hair. Well, the short-haired girl's cute too.
Final answer?
You know, you can get killed by magpies. Like there's all sorts of stuff to do in Melbs. Have your glasses ripped off your face by a bird. Like, come on, like who doesn't want to do that?
There it is.
She's almost missed out. They only had 2 left.
Just one left. Your finest yakisoba-pun, please.
So like bread apparently is like a completely foreign concept in Japan. I was just like, why? Like, I guess they don't natively have wheat, but like still you can make different types of breads via like other stuff. Electronics boutique in Nevada using my Nokia 3. It's an American accent because that's so infatuated with your culture. Bro, there's literally nothing special about American culture though. What the fuck?
Oh, no doubt about
We're
it.
fucking good. Oh, that's funny.
So hungry. I've got no
That is so fucking funny.
I can't go on like this. I'll starve to death. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Maybe on the main street, I could find some scraps in the garbage. What am I thinking? I am an Imperial soldier. The pride of the Empire. I can't dig through trash like some animal. I'd be better off dead. Still, I'll never find a paying job in this state.
Shit, my bug. Play some. Alright, man. I appreciate it.
I shouldn't
Don't
have
think too
let
much.
the
Yeah, my brain is hurting right now. Like, low key. I have the fucking worst migraine at the moment.
That cold left me out of commission for a while.
I guarantee you I will still think too much because that's all my brain can do, but
Ran out. I couldn't even find Kiriko-san in the end. Is this how I die?
I hope you enjoy your game, man.
Wasting away?
Excuse me. Are you
Alright, man.
okay?
Catch you later.
Oh. Never better.
Was that your stomach? I know.
What's this?
I bought too much of this at lunch. It's yakisoba.
I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. I'm going to be talking much during this stream. I've had a few red whinies, and I do want to sort of read quest text and stuff like that. we're in search of Lady Iceheart. Over here. Rawbarn. Rawbarn is about to be executed. I don't exactly know who Rawbarn is. Still looking for Lady Iceheart. Lady Iceheart arrives, I remember that. You want to parlay, so talk or meet with Nidhogg, but the heretic's mistress quickly dismisses the plan as futile. She relates the history of treachery that fuels the Great Worm's wrath and Estinian. Disagreeing on the point of Nidhogg's present goal, concedes that the maddening beast is unlikely to listen to reason. Hoffenor then suggests that speaking with Reish Velgar. Reish Velgar. Another of the 7 great worms may provide a more promising chance at peace. Lady White. Nidhogg's a dragon. Name sounds dragonish. Lady Iceheart insists upon accompanying your party. Offers to lead you to Reish Velgar's lair. As you resolve to depart for the dragon's homeland. The light of your crystal of ice suddenly flares once more. Charlotte. Sounds Jewish or Israeli. Jewish? I don't know. Lady Iceheart stands ready to lead you and your companion, Dravanya. You are Marco, yes. Yashael. Journey to the Dravanian Forelands. I like the textures on these things. They look nice and milky. How the fuck do I get up there? The dragons. Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenon from east to west. Yeah, it's 927,000 XP, fair enough. Gonna get a vial of Fantasia here. Change our appearance to resemble me, a bit more chunky.
Stick around here until then.
So the Sentinel's a weapon from the future?
182nd portion. Why do I have ads on?
Makes sense.
He's like moaning. Ew. Bro, he's like orgasming. He just like creamed himself.
see what they say to this. You wrecked. Fucking baited, mate. Right, this is where we change.
Chewie wants a copy of the script.
What?
Fuck it hell, man.
In middle school, you were a total nerd. Glasses.
Glasses? There's nothing nerdy about being blind, yo. There's nothing wrong with being blind.
Makes me think. Do you reckon? I'm sure a lot of people know this answer already. This whole PC movement, everyone's sensitive. I'm sensitive too when it comes to things I'm insecure about, so I'm not having a go at that. It's subjective sensitivity, but we're this whole movement of making everything PC and not offending this person or that person or that person or that person. Obviously it's money. It's so fucking obvious, isn't it? It's just it's not genuine at all. It's just about maximizing profits, man. And reaching inclusion, being inclusive of a wider audience, because as a business you can make money off that wider audience, and yes, that's the point of a business, but I don't work in marketing, and I just get a feeling marketing is just a whole lot of, you know, underneath it all, the core foundation fundamentals of marketing is essentially do what you have to do to get people's money in roundabout loophole ways that are still legal. But yeah, that's the way the world works, I guess. Alright, what are we becoming? Where's me Fantasia? I'll pay for it. I probably don't know what it looks like, to be honest. Should go to bed soon. I don't want to fucking be up all night, mate. I mean, I don't want to be up all day. So sleep all day. Nice sandals, buddy. Alright, I'm not gay. I'm actually not. There's the eye. See the eye there. You look at the letter I, right? Look at the letter I. I know there's no context here, but look at the letter I. Do you reckon it looks like the slit of a reptile's eye if you turn the eye to the side, the letter I to the side? It's further recommended that you save your data locally, so that means it's in beta or alpha. It's buggy shit, in other words. That's what it most likely means. It's what it alludes to anyway. Can't argue that. Fucking life's about semantics, isn't it? How do I edit a lot of people thought Final Fantasy 15 was rubbish, but I liked it. Elf? LFL? Mikot. What is a oh, that's a human. Hio Seto. Three great migratory waves later. They're espousals. What's that mean? They're display? I don't know. Espousal display of an eclectic. I'm just using what's it called context here. Of an eclectic variety of languages and traditions is a legacy of their diverse heritage, as is the resulting lack of a unified cultural identity. Well, for now, in former times, the Alizon were the sole inhabitants of. Actually, I think our cultural identity is coming through technology, isn't it? Probably the most common thing everyone in the world does. Almost everybody. At one time, the elves, nomadic people, they moved around. The tall, slender Alizon believed the realm to be theirs by the see, like the Aboriginals, the Indigenous. Unfortunately, this belief made the eventual appearance of the Hio in their multitudes akin. Unfortunately, this belief made the eventual. So this implies that the humans weren't there to invade, or they may or may not have been there to invade. But essentially what it's implying is that the elves were entitled. Ultimately, the Alizon diverged into the two clans that exist today. The Wild Word took the forest, the Dusk White. Okay, so Dusk. Okay. Lalafell, a wee people. It's like a gnome. Following appears no more than children to the eyes of most. Many of these nimble little South Sea. Look at the symbol. You can't conscientiously play or consciously play a LFL and not think you're a fucking pedo, mate. Or it's weird. It was not until the opening of maritime trade routes that the gradual migration. LFL sounds like a butterfly for some reason. Who was short? You caught what are they, devils? The ancestors of the meat coat made their way to yours during the age. Oh my god. Ragadin. The Ragadin, known for their brawny builds and piercing eyes, only the largest and most rugged. The majority of the realm to sea wolf clan and maritime people who earn their keep on or by sea, but as sailors, fishermen, or pirates, relatively fewer in number are the Hell's Guard, who are known. Ora. Ora. Curved horns. Asian. No, they're saying the Asians are human-like, are they? If I assume they're supposed to be human. The far rates could be Australian. Enhanced hearing and spatial recognition. Well, they don't sound Asians because they can't drive. Fuck are they? Hrothgar. Viera. Matriarchal. Matriarchal. Is that marriage? Oh, a matriarch is a mother, like a madre. Matriarch. Patriarch is a father, yeah? Yeah, right, no worries. Viera's not going to be for me, mate. Rugadin. Let's go to 13.5. 13.9. Face. Skin color. Black as purple, mate. There's no fade here, mate. Facial hair? No facial hair? Hazel's a light brown. Isn't it? No, Hazel's a greeny brown. Yeah, Hazel's greeny brown. That's more like my eyes, I guess. Don't like any of them. The best character voice I've had is in Guild Wars 2, I reckon. They're all shit. This is my original character. Just had a bit of a race change, mate. Just went through a bit of a transition. You know what I mean? Right, got in. Small things I like. Can't wear any of these. I can't continue with this game. I can't. Just don't have the time. Okay. Hey mate, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Oh shit. Gotta get to bed soon. I just like talking shit, saying hello. What's going on here? Fuck, I'm the only one here. Wow. no one around. Wow. Cheers, mate. If you're up, Final Fantasy 14 has this sub for 1 month, but if you're playing that, I don't know what level you are. I'm in that Heaven Woods expansion. Probably play a bit of that if you're around.
You got my attention.
I'm actually getting into the lore a bit on BC. Never played it back then. I only started in Lich, played it for a year, and then stopped till 2018. That was back in 2010, I think. But we've got our salvage operation off the ground. It's time to be in the second phase of the plan. Fuck. Not mind that. Across the path of glory, the horse will hold their blade, throwers train the knights under the age fool you. It's very dangerous. Much. Take this flaming torch to burn the horde. As far as I'm aware, the horde came from, well, the orcs were originally on Draenor. In the first Warcraft, I think the orc warlords on warlocks on Draenor noticed like a veil in like a dimensional rift. They went through the dimension, came to Azeroth from Draenor, brought back some plants as evidence that it was a new planet sort of thing. They then sent 7 warriors, I believe, 6 or 7 warriors, orc warriors, through the portal again to Azeroth. They destroyed a village, killed people, took food, wine, whatever, came back to, went back through the portal to Draenor, told them that the humans were defenseless on Azeroth, so then they launched an invasion. Anyway, the end of Warcraft 1, long story short, the humans repelled the orcs back through the portal, but the humans on Azeroth did not know that the portal existed. So that's where Warcraft 2, I believe, came in. Same sort of thing. I don't know the intricacies of the story, but the orcs, the orcs, the Horde on Draenor launched another invasion. This time they were once again repelled at the end of Warcraft 2, but the humans knew about the portal, and they essentially destroyed the Dark Portal. But somewhere along the line, I think it was it Ner'zhul, like an Orc Warlock. What's it called? He tried doing something with the portals, and I think a portal imploded and destroyed what was Draenor and turned it into where we are now, Outland. So where we are now was Draenor. Now it's Outland because of the destruction that happened. I think it was the second Warcraft 2. They call it the Second War. Warcraft 3 I have finished, but I cannot remember the story. I've got to do a bit of a refresher before I go through the Frozen Throne. But yeah, classic WoW, original vanilla WoW didn't have much of an overarching story. It was all over the shop according to most people. But here, we're in Outland. I think the reason why we're here is because there's an ancient god or titan known as Sargeras, who way back at the creation of the universe decided that he would have to purge all life in the universe because it was corrupt allegedly, and his ideology was that no life is better than corrupt life. But the other titans in their group known as the Pantheon, that's the group of titans that Sargeras and the other titans belong to, the most powerful pantheons, they didn't agree. But anyway, I don't know how much further after, chronologically, I don't know how much further after the creation of the universe this is, but I think it's around 10 years after Warcraft 3. I can't remember what happens at the end of Warcraft 3. But yeah, Sargeras is threatening to come back with his army known as the Burning Legion, which is essentially a bunch of demons that he's enlisted, and he's still hell-bent apparently on purging the universe of all life. So that's where we are in this, apparently. think it's always good to know the overarching story, or somewhat, some sense of the overarching story in an MMO.
Talk to me.
So the Horde actually aren't inherently bad. The Horde were essentially manipulated by, I think it was Gul'dan, which is like a warlock, or Kill Jaden, who was a Draenei. But yeah, the Horde, not inherently bad like I first thought when I first started the game back in 2009.
Off with it.
Well met.
I need this, right? Look at this, to the, what is it, 3,300 upgrade, 3367. Battles with the Bleeding Hollow clan of fellows. We've found upon them foreboding trinkets. These orcs have collected the insignias of fallen honor. Fallocs are essentially the warlocks, maybe, or the magic casters, the dark magic casters of the orcs. Find a talisman from the Bleeding Hollow orcs of Zethgor to the east and bring it to Corporal Honorage at Expedition Point. Yeah, should be. Oh, let's do a binary search of this. Half. To the left. Half. I can't see it here, so it's got to be over here. Is it over here? Yeah. Half. Here it is. Okay. Staff and a wand. That one's looking nice. Desolation rod. Equip, increase. Has it got any hit on it? Increase damage and healing by 7. It's got no hit rating. So that's my main stat. My stat priority is spell hit and bonus damage. So if I unequip that. Yeah, it's got damage. Spell damage. Lord Kazakh. Doing Lord Kazakh commands the Burning Legion out there. While we can't get to Kazakh yet, we can and must get to his lieutenants that command Legion troops from the ground. They have stationed Dreadlords at the part of Anguish. C-sharp, common. They have stationed Dreadlords. It's going to be Python. Python going to be the first one. Python for sure. For sure seems to be the way. Go Python. Go either over to either C-sharp and Java. I can C-sharp. Got spell power here. So I'm thinking Python might be a good one for me to, good language for me to, my first language to actually study in depth and learn in depth. And then maybe onto C# or Java, because they are similar. I know C# from my experience is quite similar to Java in terms of its syntax, but is more akin to C++ in terms of its structure. Its layout, like its code structure. That's what I've noticed anyway. I mean, I'm still an amateur, but that's what I've noticed. But I think Python seems the way to go. I've heard multiple people say Python is a good first language to, at least learn in depth. Maybe Python, C#, Python, Java, a bit of JavaScript on the side. But I did read a post. It wasn't even on Stack Overflow. I think it was just a programming article online, and it was a Asian bloke. I mentioned that because I don't know. Anyway, well spoken, well written article talks about how, for most beginner, programmers, developers, there's this pressure of wanting to have to learn really quick, and that's exactly what I was feeling at the time. As in, I've really got to cram all this shit so I can, learn as much as possible in as little time as possible. But he said, good programmers, good developers play the long game. In other words, they think long term. They don't rush through things. They take it step by step. Nice, man. I didn't know you were here in the stream. I just talk to myself sometimes. I like to think out aloud, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. But yeah, I have been feeling like I should cram a whole lot of shit, but I've sort of got myself an ebook called, what's it called? Pragmatic Programming. It's supposedly one of the Bibles of programming. But I think if I can take it slow, I've still got a year and a half, 2 years in my bachelor's. I'm in no rush, got a bit of money saved, which is good, so I'm not in any rush with money. But yeah, I think that article I read was a game changer. For me. Took the pressure off. I can learn the fundamentals, the holistic fundamentals. I'm going to die here. A bit better than what I already know. Then I can worry about language later. Because I think the fundamentals and the holistic principles will transcend languages.
I don't have a target. That spell isn't ready yet.
Fucking hell, what am I do here? I'm dead. I'm dead. What was I thinking? Alright. I don't know about JavaScript because one of our units, which is front stack application development, sorry, full stack application development front end. This unit's just focusing on front end. So HTML, JavaScript, and related frameworks such as React and Angular. I think we're going to be using React, and they mentioned something about Bootstrap as well, which is cheers for your input, man. In terms of mathematics, what a mathematical subject would you recommend? What's the 2 or 3 mathematical subjects that you would say are imperative? I do have a recognition of prior learning because I did something called an advanced diploma here in IT. So I'm in my second year now. It's my second of 3 years. Maybe in the States it's 4 years. Here I think it's 3. And my major specialization is software dev. Have been doing some discrete mathematics in last year. I managed to, as well as working, which was I'm happy with. I got credit passes. So it's just in Australia, I don't know if it's the same in the States. There's you got your pass, your credit, your distinction, high distinction. I aimed for pass to begin with because I was a bit unsure of my mathematics, but I managed to push through for a credit pass, which was good. In data structures and algorithms. We did a bit of discrete mathematics. Not a little bit of all I really know is a bit of algebra. I know my time complexities, the classes, so constant time, logarithmic, linear, exponential. Sorry, n log n, exponential, and then above. I know big O, little o, omega, stuff like that. I believe I've got the potential to learn mathematics, or a little bit more advanced mathematics than I know now. But in high school, I never really paid attention. I was always messing around and stuff. But yeah, I think I've heard people tell me proofs I've never done. Proofs, algebra I did a bit last trimester or the trimester before. Proofs I've never done. Discrete mathematics I think was part of our data structures and algorithms course, like non-continuous mathematics. But yeah, I'm thinking calculus, maybe calculus, and a bit more focus on algebra. To be honest, I can say I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing it anytime soon.
You're in trouble now.
Are we going to attack this person? Am I going to get wrecked?
Hello.
Should I play nice and then just attack him?
I can't pass that yet.
Yeah, I'm going to get wrecked. I didn't even heal. Fuck, I got two-shotted. Fair enough. I deserve that. For being a little dog. Waving and saying hello and then throwing a, what's it called? Curse of weakness on him. Curse of agony. I'm gonna get to bed. I don't want to sleep all day. So man, what games do you play? I see you like your RPGs? Or your JRPGs? Yeah, man. Look, I'm 32 now, so I came from like I wanted to work in tech when I was young. Like when I was young, sort of left school early and just chose a random, pretty arbitrary it's in Australia. It's called an apprenticeship. I don't know if it's the same in the States. You do a trade or something, and I chose cookery because my grandfather was a chef. That was basically the only factor I took into consideration. It was never really my thing. Like I like food. I love to cook and all that stuff. Yeah, I did that for 8 years, and then I should have left earlier. But it was like the sunken cost fallacy. I thought, at like a year to 2 years in, I thought I've already put 2 years in. I might as well keep going. But yeah.
I need a target.
Anyway, thanks for your encouragement, mate. I appreciate it. Why is this down? Why is this -9? Gotta be some gear here. Nice, man. Routing and switching, nice. You would have done all your Cisco stuff and stuff like that. Because I know my Certificate 4 Advanced Diploma, it was heavily based on the Cisco networking academies. So, you know all the stuff. The OSI 7-layer model, the TCP/IP model, all that stuff. ARP, network address translation, all that stuff. And you're thinking of going back to networking? Because that was initially... Nice, man. I think Azure is their cloud platform, is it? I don't think we've ever touched on that. I think the only stuff I did was like student level. Using, you probably know an app. Nice. Did you ever use Packet Tracer to like simulate networks? I love the cloud, man. I know cloud's a bullshit term, like it's just some server on the internet. Like if you live next door and I could connect to your computer via the internet, technically if I sent a file to your house next door or to you next door and you saved it to your computer, then I've saved it to the cloud, true? But yeah, I like cloud computing. It's actually really useful. I've got this theory, and it's not based on anything technical that I know. I just think this probably seems very obvious to you as well, but privacy. Everyone talks about privacy on the internet. I don't believe that it's possible. I don't believe that 100% privacy is possible on the actual internet. Maybe on a private network not connected to the internet, but I don't think there is such a thing as complete privacy on the internet. But I think these security companies are making a lot of money. VPN companies, stuff like that. Which obviously VPNs have their own uses, but I don't think privacy is really, to an extent, but you know. end of the day, what's stopping, if you're actually doing something like really illegal, what's stopping the FBI or whatever, the AF, Australian Federal Police, going to ExpressVPN and getting a subpoena for their servers? And they say everything's stored in RAM, but RAM can easily be scraped. Like, I don't know if it can easily, but RAM can be scraped. That's all I know. Right, anyway. Did you want to start a, you and I could start a, get you 3 average viewers on Twitch, little business, little masterclass on Udemy, just one video, just a link to the script, but you've got to revise and sort of do the GUI for it. They can't sue a company though in Australia, can they? And a company is, from what I know, a company is its own entity. I don't know. I don't know nothing about the legal stuff. Alright, man, I might head to bed. I'm gonna head to bed. I've got to get up and do some schoolwork. Oh, shit. You too, man. My real name's Jason, by the way, Jay. Marco is sort of my middle name translated to Italian because my parents are of Italian descent, and it was my original WoW character's name back in Retail WoW, so I've just named it the same thing. Zach, nice to meet you, mate. Alright, man, you have a good night or day. See you around, alright? I'll pop into the stream every now and then, say hello. Thanks for dropping in and giving me some insight. Have a good night. See ya.